Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And this is the Late Night Logic Pro Lesson, Episode 1. Of most likely a few of these over the coming weeks. I'm just going to sit here and mess around with Logic and see what happens. Hello, I hope you're doing good. My name's Jade. This is How to App on iOS, and it's very late here in Australia. It's 10 p.m. and it's probably very early if you're in the US, so I'm not expecting people to stroll in from the US. What is it, about somewhere in the afternoon, 1 p.m. in the UK, something like that. And I just thought, Friday nights to kick off, I'm going to start doing some late night kind of looks at Logic and just tool around and explore and see what's going on. Yeah, because there's really not a lot of time to do anything else during the rest of the week. Hello, Cold Acre. How's it going? And so we've got a few Aussies here, all Aussies, and Ashley and Bo over in, are you in WA? I think you're in WA. And we got two Melbourneites here, and Ashley and Cold Acre. Good to see you both. Right, man, Logic, good fun. So I'm just going to go through some of the things I haven't really had a look at. Some of the drum things, some of the synthesizer things. Hey, what's going on, Darren? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. So you've got a new song out as well. I'm probably going to play it this week on the show. It's pretty cool. Heard it today. Happy birthday for yesterday too, Darren. It's Darren's birthday yesterday right there. And, yeah, hope you had a good day. All right, guys and gals and NBs all in between. Shall we open up? Let's give you a report first on Final Cut Pro. Is it working yet? Nah, still not working. Awesome stuff. What an investment. Still not working. Day 4, not working. If I mute the mic here and there, it's because I've still got the end of a cough from the dreaded C word, but it's almost gone, but I've just got this yuck in the back of my throat. So let's open up Logic, shall we, and play around. Because I've been messing around a lot with some things and trying to see what's broken, what's not broken, what's cool, what's not, what's hard to get used to. What I want to do first is I want to mess around with Scalar, because Scalar is something I use all the time. And when Logic first dropped, Scalar wasn't working too good. But they've done an update and it looks like it's working a bit better, but I want to give that a go. So let's create a new project. And go over here to our tracks. And we're going to create a MIDI track. And what's really cool when you create tracks here in Logic, so you've got these options. MIDI, you've got audio tracks, drummer tracks, pattern tracks. And you've got these 3 dots. So you can go in here and choose an instrument to kick off with. So you can go down here to instruments. And you can find, what have we got? Audio units. We'll look for Scalar, but we'll look for just the instrument, not the AUV3, this one. So Scalar 2. And I think we're good. We'll open it all up, create. And now we've got Scalar in this track here. We can rename these tracks. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do in here with your tracks. You just click on it and you can rename it. So let's call this Scalar 1. Scalar 1. Done. And I found some other stuff too. These 3 dots, if you click on this, you can customize your track header. So you can go in here and turn on a bunch of other stuff. You can turn tracks on and off. So you can give a little on-off button here. You can set up your freeze button if you want to freeze stuff. You can check your input monitoring. So you've got that. You can choose a track color as well. So that's pretty cool. So these are things you can add to it. Takes up a bit more room, but we're going to close this little bit here anyway. So that's really cool. Yeah, then we've got a little color there. We can turn the track on and off if we need to. And you can actually turn off this little volume here. So you can save a bit of space. So let's do that. So we've got, what is it? Is it that one? No. That's our input monitoring. Why is that disappearing? What's the thing I want to... I'm pretty sure you can... There's our buttons. Show volume. There you go. So you can remove that little volume thing. That's cool. And then instead, just open the little volume thing down the side. So when you click between tracks, this will move with the track. So that's cool. I like that. So we've got an instance of Scalar. Now let's see how Scalar's going when we open it up down here. Because here it is. We've got an instance of Scalar. And if I double click it, see, that's not working yet. So if I hold down, then I can show details. And wow, it actually loaded faster. Oh, look at that. See how it's moving really slow? So there's still some issues with it resizing. Hey. Hello, GarageBand covers. So I'm just going to use the internal sounds. And what's really cool, there's been an update in here for Scalar, and there's a whole bunch of new sounds too. I think there's some new synth sounds, there's some new bass sounds as well. So that's really nice. Hello, Kim Harden Hudson. What's going on? So we'll just stick with this felt piano, which is nice. And there's been a whole bunch of new things added in here. Look at this. We've got anime. So different styles of music. We've got animes being added. We'll mess around with anime. What do you think? There's a whole bunch of other things added in here. K-pop. We've got J-pop. We've got K-pop. So that's pretty cool. We've got some other styles too. I think it's this Synth Division Part 4. This is new as well. But I reckon anime. Should we go with anime? Let's make some anime music. I wonder what chords we're going to get with that. So, all right, let's just pick number 1. We've got some chords. All right. I like those. So we'll take this. And we'll skip this this one here. Nice. Let's have a play of that. I've got nothing in there yet, have I? Where can we go from there? So we've got an E. Shall we try that? Okay, they're nice. Now we got to play these notes in. So what we're going to do is hit C down here, and this locks in these keys here. So that's cool. We'll name this. Let's name this something. We'll name this like let's edit. We'll call it intro. Okay, cool. There's our intro. Let's create another pattern, shall we? And what do we got here else here in these chords? We've got let's go back to the start here. So what was the last note we had there? Duh, duh, duh. Let's try this. And then we'll do a suggest down the bottom and see what we get given. We'll try like a per scale. And That'll do. Okay, so I've got two parts here. Let's name this part as well. We'll just call this a verse. And we'll hit the little C on this as well. So we've got our two parts here. Now, you probably don't know, you probably haven't seen anyone do this before. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these parts in, but we're not going to play the chords, right? So what we're going to do is head over here. This is our sequence. So these are the sequences of the chords. And we've got some pads here as well. But what I'm going to do is turn off these chords here. And I'm going to play these notes in. Okay, so we'll do that. Where are we? There. So I'm going to hit record. Now we're going at 120 BPM. We'll put on the, click on the old clickaroo. And let's play in some notes. Now we couldn't see that there, but there we put in those notes. Let's double tap and edit. So pretty much like GarageBand, you know. And here's all our notes in there. And I'm going to hit the draw pen. So I just want to redo these. So they're all kind of just on the line. Do. So it's working so far. And you're probably sitting there going, why are you just putting single notes in when you made all those lovely chords? Well, I'll show you in a second. So we'll just drag that out to the end. Drag this one out. Make sure they're all there. So all our chords are in there. We can now get out of here. That's our, it's really nice. I love this interface. So now if we hit play. Cool. Now we'll go back into Scalar and we'll turn on this little C here. So now when we play back, yeah. Wicked. All right, so there's some chords. There's some chords. Let's open Scalar back up. See, it still is moving really slow. Isn't it? Really slow. Hopefully they sort that out. The scaling of the scalar is not scaling very well, but it's still working. That's okay. Right, so we're going to shift to our pad now. So this is our second part, the verse. And so now when we play this. That's the second part of the song. So what we're going to do again now is I am going to play these longer. So we'll hit record. We'll turn off this thing over here. So I'm playing the notes again. All right, we'll hit record. That's what we're going to play. Cool. Hit record. Cool. All right, let's drop that down and just double check this because that note seems to be missing at the start there. Maybe, am I playing too early? It seems to be there. So let's go in here and redraw these in, yeah, with the pencil. Yoink, yoink. And what's really cool about Scalar is, I'll show you in a second what's really ace. Once we've got these notes in. Because I want this to automate. And within Scalar, you can actually automate this stuff. Okay, so there's our notes. And if we open up Scalar again and load this up. These notes, so these chords here are played on this C2. But if we go down to C1 and hit C1, it actually, over here, I'm going to jump over to our pad screen and watch what happens when I hit C1. Whoops. Can you see that? It's changing between these patterns. It's moving up and down. All right. And what's cool about that? So this, I'm show you on my keyboard here. I'm hitting C1 and D1, and it's switching between the two tracks. So how do we get those to automate inside the MIDI? I'll show you. It's really cool. It's a really, really cool trick. Hey, Robbie, check this out. I'm going to now go in here and open up, edit both of these. So we're going to our edit screen. We're going to scroll down and look for C1, and I'm just going to draw in a note here. Make sure we've got our pencil, C1. So that C1 there, we can bring that back. Doesn't need to be a long note. We'll tell Scalar to play the first track. And if we go into our second one here and do a D1 like this, so if we put it here, a D1, right, that should tell Scalar to bounce back and forward. It won't actually play these notes, which is super cool. Let's hope it works. This is the first time I'm trying this, so shut up, Russ. If I wanted to hear from a monkey, I would have called you. Right? So, now here's the thing. You need to have, in both tracks of Scalar, you need to have this pad section selected, or it won't work. All right? Needs to be selected, 100%, this pad section here. So let's go back to the start and see what happens. Working. Now it's moved to the second one. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so we can copy these. Let's just drag over these like so. And you can do this group select, so you can click off and select two things, and then right, you can turn that off, then click this and watch this. You can drag these out. That's really awesome. I love that feature. And we can do it again. Drag two more out. Really cool feature. And that's using this copy, like it's a copy drag. And there we go. So now what we want to do is we're going to create another track. So we're going to create another scalar. So let's add a new scalar in here. Now it's already got scalar selected. That's wicked. So we can just click yes. Now we need to go into our first scalar and hold down, jump into the app, head over to our main section, and we need to click this little S. And what I want to do is make, how do I do it? And hit sync, all right? And then choose live sync and start live sync. So now the new version of Scalar I've just put in will have all the same chords, right? Check this out. If we now jump over to this new section, look at that. All the chords are down here. They've all been copied across and all the pads are all here. So that's wicked. So now we can go in here and choose another instrument, right? So we could go in and choose like a hybrid synth, some keys. We're going to put this over to pads, because it needs to be on pads. And then we'll, let's close this out. And go over to our other scaler, make sure that's on pads. We can bring this down a little bit now. Cool. So we've got 2 versions of scaler. This one's not loading. Nice. All right, that one's loaded. Now what I need to do is copy all these. Drag. Come on, man. And do a copy. And then paste them down below on this track. Okay, so now we should have the same chords all playing and changing, but with 2 different instruments. So we'll bring up our mixer and we'll close scaler. So here's our mixer. We'll bring this one down. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Well, that wasn't too hard. So it looks like the update they've done for Scalar is working better. It's not perfect. The rescaling's still messed up, so that's a thing. So now we could go in here and we could add a new track, and we could do some drums. We could just grab an auto drummer, couldn't we? So what do we got? And here, so when you click these, go back here. Always a good idea. Click these dots, and you can just choose your drummer from here. We've got R&B. We've got some hip hop. I don't know. Should we do like a electronic? Let's create. And here's our auto drummer. Let's get rid of our mixer for now. Let's see what it's given us for drums. Maybe we could try some R&B or something. What do we got? Britpop, garage rock. Look at all this R&B, some modern R&B. Let's hear that. That's better. So let's change the size of this because we can trim this. Let's bring this back here. And we can copy this. So we can do one of these, select this, and then we can drag this out so it matches the rest of the parts. There we go. And now in here, we can do something else with these drums. Let's just grab one of these again. Grab another one of these and bring it here. And let's change this up. So we'll change the complexity up. We'll change some of these and we'll give it some fills. Let's see how this sounds. Cool. So we've still got this selected up here. So now we can just grab these and fill in the blanks. And now we're starting to get together a track. Yeah. Cool. Why don't we grab another scaler and see if we can add some bass or something. So what we're going to do is hit the plus and create another scalar. That's all good. Create. We can move this up. Can we move this up? I don't know. Can we remove these? I don't know. I'm guessing yes, we can. Cool. So we've got a third scalar, and this scalar should be locked in as well. It should be following the leader of the first one. We can check if that's the case. Doesn't look like it is. So we can go in and hit S and sync and follow live sync. So there's all those notes again. So that's good. Now we can go in here and, I don't know, choose a bass. We got some slap bass. That's new. So that's new. We got a slap bass. Got an 808. And we can go in and change our performance. So if we hit our performance, we can choose a bass line. Just do like a common bass for now. Basic bass. And so we don't need any, look at that stretching out. Hopefully, I really hope that gets fixed. So now that we've done that, we should be able to go to our pad here. Close this out. And again, copy these. Just copy all of those. Copy. And paste them all in here. And we should be good to have some bass. Hi, Mateus. Let's hold down on this and show details. Cool. We're locked. So there's bass, right? The problem is it's too low. So what are we going to do? We've got to go into the sequence here. I'm going to choose both these sections. And we're going to select the section and we're going to take it up an octave. Let's hear what it sounds like now. Back to pad. Still a bit low, isn't it? Just a little bit. Oops. Let's try this. And go back, see if it's fixed it. That's better. Now let's head over to this verse. Select all these, we'll take these up to octave, 2 octaves up. So now we've got some bass in here to go along with the drums. And we'll just make sure that the pads are selected. Pads are selected. Pads are selected, so we're all good. Let's hear what's going on now. Pretty nifty, right? Shall I show you how to do a bus track? Are you interested in seeing how to add a bus track to this? So, here in our mixing screen, at this kind of, so you've got 2 kind of modes of your mixing screen. When it's selected to mix, all you can really do is mix. Yeah, you can't go in and change too many settings. You can mix your volumes, you can do your panning, that kind of stuff. But when you hit the plus, everything opens up with all pluses next to it. So here's where you can create sends, right? So what we'll do is we'll take this synth and we'll hit plus and we'll create a bus. So create a new bus. And you'll see over here, we've got a new bus down here called stereo out. Right? Hang on, sorry, this one, OGS. So we've got this OGS bus track here. And what we can do in here is we can now add in some effects. Like we could put in a cascade. And now this effect is running through this auxiliary. So now what we can do is we can send any of these tracks. We can take the reverb from this track and apply it over here. See how it's added this new section here? And if I turn this up, let's solo this and I'll show you. So we'll hit solo, go back to the start. And when I turn this up, so it's now taking the effect from this bus channel. And now from the bus channel, you can go in here and show the details of the effect. So you're not cluttering up your tracks full of effects. You can have one bus and you can send all the tracks to the one effect track. Yeah, this is what's been missing from GarageBand for the longest time. This is what you get in most decent DAWs. And then we can even let's make this full screen. And then we can take this drum kit if we want. So we've got our drum kit here. And we could add a send. And because we've already got this bus auxiliary already created, we can get that going to the effect as well. So now when I hit solo on the drums, we've got, give it some effect. Yeah. And why is that really good? Why is this really good, having a bus? Because it saves, firstly, it saves on CPU, man. So you just say you've got like a whole bunch of vocal tracks, yeah? You've got all these vocal tracks and you're putting the same effect. You're putting a reverb on all of them. And if they're the same effect or a distortion or something like that, and it's the same distortion across a bunch of things, you can just put that one effect in that bus and have that take up far less CPU, and it's far more efficient. Let's show you something else. Let's get out of here. Yeah. I don't know. No, it doesn't have does it? No. Not to this level anyway, Cold Acre. So here's another thing. We can take this. Hi, Hugh. We can click on this and check this out. We can create a folder stack. Right? So we've now got a folder stack. And in this folder stack, we can put in a bunch of things. So notice what I did there. It didn't work. Let me show you what I did wrong. Let's undo that. So we've got this button here, which allows you to select multiple tracks, right? So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to select this track, and this track, and we'll hold down, maybe. Come on, dude. We want to select, then, oh, that's it. I'm still learning, guys. So once you've selected them all, click off, hold down. And now, if we hit create folder stack, look at this. It puts all three of those tracks into this neat little folder that we can expand at any time. How neat is that? So, instead of looking at this whole tray of shit here going, man, there's so much stuff, and we can make sure they're all color-coded the same. So they're all color-coded the same. We can give them all little icons as well. So let's jump in here to a little eye section. And we can go to track. And within the sub, we can give the sub's already got an icon. So that's our sub icon. But in here, we can give these little icons as well. So we can click on these now. What do we choose? Just to show you. So there's that one. And we can go in here. So they all look the same. So they can all be neat and fancy-pantsy. Do that one there. Click on this one. Track and icon. And that is it. We can name all these too. We should name these. So let's hold down. What do we want? That one's got a name. Why can't I name this? Ah, we go over here. Here we go. So we can go in here and rename this. We'll call this Scalar 2. Always good to name your tracks, yeah. And region 3. Scalar 3. And now we can just close that all up. There's our stack, all taken care of. And what's also cool, so when you've got a stack running, let's just get rid of all this. We'll keep this little volume thing open. When you bring up your mix, you can access your stacks in here as well too. So notice down here, we've got this sub stack one. And when you click it, it brings out the tracks. Let's go back into mix mode. So it's all nice and neat. Boom. Pretty fancy. Yeah. I love it. Let's go back and have a play of what we've made so far. And then when we open our stack, you can see the rest of these. And the other good thing about creating a bus here with our effect in here is you can control the volume of it as well. So you can determine how much of that is going into the mix. So let's just solo, for example, the drums and hit play with our volume. Let's set our regions up here. So we've got a loop point. So this will just keep going around now. Great for control freaks like Kim. And remember, we can go in and add, you know, whatever we want into this bus. All we got to do is flick over to this setup screen for our mixer, and we can go and add anything really. We got amps and pedals. Look at all this. We got our amp designer, bass amp designer, and stop boxes. We could go in here and add a distortion or a delay pedal. What do we got? We got a tape delay. We can do that. So now. Going to reverse delay now. You can add whatever you want in here. And when you hold down on these, it's really cool. Turn that back on. We can hit replace. We can replace it with, you know, whatever we want. We can go down to our... we can search for stuff. Super easy as well. So what do we add? God, what can we add? It's kind of weird not seeing all the names of the apps here. Let's have a look. Let's find something Bleece-wise. Okay, granulizer. Ooh, look at that. Please contact manufacturer. Didn't load. You're going to get this. There are going to be apps that aren't going to work. It just is what it is at this point. What else can we find? Is any other Blease apps? That's a bummer. We've got a phaser. This one works. Where'd it go? Is this one not working either? Wow. That's sad. Let's remove it. There's going to be a lot of these things that aren't going to work. It is what it is, isn't it? Like as developers start fixing their apps to actually work with these, this is what happens when you're version 1 and everybody's kind of underprepared. What can we add in here? I have noticed too, there is still a lot of apps that aren't showing up. What's GSDS? PGOT. We've got a delay. This magic blur. There we go. We've got magic blur in here. So that's what we're learning. Let's remove that. Well, I'm learning anyway. So, best to create, in this instance, another send. So let's do that. Let's hit the plus here on this drum kit and create another bus. Create a new bus. And then we'll go in and put this magic blur in here. There we go. And we'll turn up this one and see what happens now. There we go. Now we can add like a output to this. Here's our EQ for our drums. Let's put a shelf. Now you can see we're peaking here. These drums are a bit loud. We can reset this once we bring it down. Cool. All right. I'm going to jump out of this for now, and we'll save this. Click out of here. It'll do its saving thing. Shall we open up some other instruments and have a look at some stuff you probably haven't seen yet, unless you've had a poke around? So we have, I'm going to jump in here, and I've got to remember how to do this. What do we got? Instruments. You know what? No, let's go back. Let's choose a blank MIDI. So I'm going to choose none. Yeah. Hit create. So we got a blank MIDI here. And yeah, I think I have to remember how to do this. So what we want to do, I think, is grab, say, a sample. I'm going to drag this. I can't drag this here. I'm going to drag this. I can't do it here either. So it's not samples. How do we do it? I got to work out how to do it. Is it loops? Oh, it's audio patches. Yeah. Is it audio patches? No. I'm doing well. Fuck yeah. It's not plug-in presets. It's not patterns. Maybe it's instruments. Let's see. Yes. So when I bring in a rhythm box, this brings in our drums. And it creates a drum kit. So we can go down here to our keys, and we've got. And you can stretch this up and look at all the, well, this one in particular doesn't have a lot of drums, but you can add your own drums in here. Super easy. Okay, cool. But what do this isn't what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is delete this. Let's delete this track. And I'll try and work out what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do a MIDI, and then, was I doing it right the first time? Samples. I was doing it right the first time, I think. If we take an acoustic bass, that's how we do it. So if we just put it in a blank space, we get the option to create a Super Alchemy, a quick sampler, or a drum machine. And now, we now have a sampler in here that we can play around with. And here is our sampler. We can change the size of this. We can change the pitch. Let's replace it with something else. What have we got? What sounds do we have in here? We've got, so there's so many sounds. There's airplane engines. So this is our quick sampler, really easy to create a sample-based instrument. if I bring this up here, you'll see within this we have a filter, and we can get in here and start messing with these filters. These are really cool. So we'll close this. We've got this amp filter here, which we can and we've even got if I put in a full thing, you can change the range and make it multiple samples. I don't know, Russ. I haven't messed around. I'm learning as much as what you are right now. So what I actually want to do, I can't remember how to do it now. So how am I going to do this? Let's go in here. Samples, instrument patches, and I want to do. I can't remember if I can do it. I think we do it here. Do we do it here? Utilities, sampler, studio instruments, synthesizers. Synthesizers. Here we go. This is what I want to do. So this is where we find out alchemy and stuff. I'm on the right path now. Yes. See, still learning. So these are where we can build. We've actually, the shit you can build in these. These are all from Logic. So let's load up this sculpture. This is a modeling synth, right? And we'll make this large. Check this shit out. This is insane. Right? Now, within this sculpture here, we can go into these plug-in presets, right? And you've got all these sounds in here. Look at all these, man. So these are all bass sounds. Now, these are all can be sculptured completely. We can morph these. So this is all like sample modeling. This isn't like this is we got and you've got all these parameters here that you can fuck around with. Of course, I haven't looked at. Look at all this. This is all just complete sound modeling. LFO's in here. You can build a sound from, you can take a sound from here and just fucking build your own. Look at it all. Look how much there is. Are you seeing this, Ross? It's bonkers. Man. Fuck me drunk. But this is all modeled, right? As I said. And you've got, look at it all in here. So this is bass, you've got pads. So this is on top of the Alchemy synth, Russ. Just so you know, man. And look at them all, you know? You've got modeled keyboards, modeled bells. Modeled percussion. So we've got drum skins, tribal drums. There's even like mallet instruments, plucked instruments, bowed instruments. So we've got like bowed stuff. So like a modeled cello. I mean, the depth of this is just utterly ridiculous. The pickups on it. Got a wave shaper. It's pretty nuts. Yeah. There's a lot of fucking shit in here. Right, so that's pretty fucking impressive. Gonna get lost in shit like this. Let's kill this. We'll delete this and have a look at some of the other ones. Create a new track. And what did I do? Instruments, yes. Was that what I did? Studio instruments, utilities. So we've got like test oscillators. We've got this Klopgeist synthesizers. Here's all the synthesizers. Morph synths. We've got an FM synth in here. What's this FM synth all about? Let's have a look. Here we go. We've got an FM synth. Wow, so you can choose you got how many carriers you want in here. Jesus. Wow. Maury, you'll have to go back to the start. I just did a whole 30 minutes on Scalar. So, yeah. Hey, Brad. I'd spent 30 minutes on Scalar showing you what's working with it and what's not. Man, again, there's a lot of shit in here too. FM keyboards. Hey, Bradley. Man, this thing's bonkers. I'm pretty blown away, yeah. I mean, we've watched a couple of Pete's shows and stuff, and I've done, you know, at least 1 2-hour show. I haven't even delved into any of this. This is wacko. Man, listen to that sub oscillator. Hi, Dan. Jeepers creepers. I mean, what the hell? So if we bring this down here, we jump out of this. Let's replace this instrument. What can we replace it with? So we've got these other synthesizers. Look at all these synths. We've got a vocoder synth in here. We got a retro synth. What's this retro synth all about? That's what this is all about. Synth leads. Now that sounds like a song from the 80s, I remember. So what the hell? Look at all these wavetables in here as well. Reverse wavetable. Look, holy shit. Fuck, man, for your $50 a year, you were getting a bit of bang for your buck. We're only in one of these. That was only the first sound I was able to mess with. And in here, we got lots of shit. We got synth basses. Plus, remember, there's still alchemy, retro strings. And you can change any of these too. So you can go from a sync to a table to FM. Hi, Tim Taylor. Man, this is bonkers. Pretty impressive stuff. Detuned strings here. Got some pads. Look at all these pads. So this is why, now I'm starting to work out why it's about 16 gig to download all of the sounds. You got some massive, powerful synthesis going on in this thing. This is crazy. Let's shut this down and we'll replace this retro synth. What else we got? So we've got an ensemble synth, an FM synth. There's a vocoder. Do we open this one? Yeah, Tim, I'm doing a just for the next couple of weeks, maybe next 3 weeks. I'm doing these random late night Aussie streams where we just go through some of the stuff in Logic and just find some hidden gems without any pressure or anything on, and just dick around with it, see what we can find. Oh no, Brad, really? Was it just a lightning cable? Or was it one of those Apple dongles? I'll tell you what's a good thing. Take the end of the lightning thing and clean it. Has it got any dirt on it? I'll tell you what, I did that to this one here the other day. This one, you probably can't see it. But I just cleaned off the, because they get dirt on them and it stops them from charging. Can I show you the end here? Yeah. Look at this one. Look how old this one is. It's all taped up. I'm such a cheap motherfucker. But yeah, see how it's all kind of, you can't see, it's all kind of dirty. They get dirt on the white bits and you just got to clean it off, scrape it off. And now it's working fine. Yeah, look, the subscription thing, here's the thing. They're going to continually be updating it. It's going to get, there's a roadmap for things that are going to be added. They're going to be continually updating and fixing things. By the time we get the next year, this thing ain't going to be recognizable. GarageBand, on the other hand, will remain pretty much the same. It'll get updates for iOS and stuff like that. But, yeah. All right, what else? What have we got? 8 past. We've got heaps of time. I'll probably stay on for another 50 minutes, yeah? Because there's a couple other things I want to run through. So let's replace this with something else. What do we got? We've got another synthesizer. We've got a polyphonic synth. Did we look at this one yet? Okay. So how I'm getting to these is through these plug-in presets, yeah? So all you got to do is go over here. We've got an 80s bass sound. Oh, wow, man. Let's just throw a bus in here, just to give it a bit of sex. So we'll go in here into our plus and we'll add a send. We'll create a new bus. And let's bring this back up. Let's add some effects in here. Let's just add like a black hole. So now we've got our bus connected. Oh, there's even a chorus in this. pretty fucking sick. There's also a mono in here, mono synth. We got this vocoder. What's this vocoder all about? So let's kill this and create a new track, and let's bring in a. Let's use the drum. Is it the drum machine designer? Yeah. So basically, with the drum machine designer, you get an empty palette. All right. So when you create a brand new drum designer, you got this empty palette. And what you can do is, I'll tell you a really good idea to get yourself into a habit for using Logic. We get a lot of them. There's a really good website. Let me show you. See if I can find this website. Ah, shit, I closed it. Let's see. Give me a second. Let me find this website for you guys. It's really cool. History. All right, cool. Got it. So go check out this link. It's I'll put it in the chat for you. It tells you all of the differences between Logic on Mac and Logic on iPad. It goes through all of the MPE controls, the samplers. It's pretty good. Tells you the differences between the synths, if there are any differences. So there's that. So with this, what I want to show you is you really should get into the habit of this, especially for importing samples. Because at the moment, and it's at the moment there's no inbuilt sample import. Hopefully, as time goes on, they will build the Files app into this and add it over here. It would be rad if you could get to the files over here. If they added a little section in here, files, which shouldn't be too hard. It'd be really rad if you had all your Files apps. But what you should get into a habit of is grabbing your Files app and making sure it's down here in your toolbar, yeah? So it's always in your toolbar. Do it. It's a very good idea because when you're now in Logic, you can just swipe up from the bottom, like so, bring up your toolbar, and then just grab the Files app and drag it across. Save you jumping out of Logic and then back and doing the whole slide over thing. Because then you can just pull it up from the bottom and slide it across. Now, if I jump over here to audio share, I should have, I hope, do I? Let's go by kind. I should have some drum samples in here. Jade's drum samples. Here we go. So I can grab this Divine kit. And in here, we've got some kicks. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the... so we've created a empty kit. And I'm going to drag some stuff in. So we've got a dry kick here. Let's just drag this. Oops, don't want to do that one. drag that in. Wicked. And then we'll go grab a snare. What's this snare? It's nice. We'll grab this snare. Cool. We've got some cymbals. We've got a crash. We've got some hi-hats. We've got a closed hat. Let's grab this closed hat and throw this over here. Grab an open hat. Where do we drag this open hat? And it's already got written like places for you to put them, which is nice. So it's a rim. We've got a percussion here. Let's just put this here. What else do we have? We've got some crashes. Look at all these crashes. We've got a bunch of crashes. Got an 18. We've got a China there. We'll chuck this China over there. Chuck this 16 here. We've got a choked crash. We'll throw that in. Nice. We've got a ride. We've got a ride with a bell. Chuck that there. So it's really easy to build your kits up. We've got a little splash here too. Let's chuck that in. Nice. Do we have toms? We've got some toms. We've got a 10. We'll chuck a 10 in there. Chuck a 12 down here. And we've got a 14. Throw down here. Look at that. We've got a kit. So I got my keyboard plugged in. Wicked. And we can edit this stuff too. So check this out. So I can go down here and click on any of these and we can change the input note because this kick is set to C1. And I might want this snare here. So we'll click on the snare. Then we go in and change this to a D. Yeah, D1. Then we go into this and move this tom to a, we'll put this tom at C2. So you can move all these around. You can change, you know, we couldn't do this with fucking GarageBand, could we? Hey, get rid of this crash. Let's put this crash as a, we'll put this crash as a, we'll put this crash. Sorry. But you can go in here and move all these around to wherever you want. And then when you're finished, when you're all done with this, so we're in the edit screen at the moment. When you're in this edit screen, whenever you click on any of these, look at this, you can update the kit in place. You can give them all individual icons. You can change the name of it. So we could go into this one here and actually change it to a kick. So you can fully program the shit out of these. Can you change these names? Yeah, you can change these as well too. Kick. Doof. You can group them together, so you can add groups as well. And then when you want to get out of the edit screen, just go back to the plus, and now we're back in here. And when you want to save this, I can't remember how to save it. I think you do it up here. No? Where do you do it? No. I can't remember. Maybe over here. View options, surface settings. I can't remember where you save it. Doodle 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 doo. No. Somewhere over the rainbow. Is it up here? I thought it was somewhere up here. Repeat. Man. Customize, that's track header. Is it in here? No, 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 no. View options, configuration, no. Oh, wow. Oh, dear. Look at all this. Look at all this customization. It's wicked. So I can't remember where to save it. That's sucky. Could I go in here? There you go. Go back to our edit. It's not in there. Nope. Is it in instruments? It's down the bottom. No. I can't remember where you fucking save it, guys. Oh, and when you've created a kit like this, look, they're all in here. So, and you can go into each part of the kit too, and change the pattern, change the actual note of each of them, which is really, really fine. Boom. Let's check out the quantization in here as well too, while we got this bit open. So you've got this classic quantize or this smart quantize. Really good, this smart quantize. It does it all for you. Don't even have to think about it. I wish I could remember how to save the kits. Why can't I remember? Fuck, man. There's so much to remember with all this stuff. It really is quite huge. And I've watched a million videos on this. And for some reason, I can't right now remember what to click to do it. Why can't I do it? I'm sure it's on one of Pete's videos, I think. Let's get rid of that. It's not in there. Not in there. I'm just searching blindly now. Here. There we go. I got it. Let's name it. We'll rename it. So we'll call it like a metal kit. Yeah. So you just click up here. And then you've got save patch. And you can save this as metal kit. Boom. Now where's it gone? Now if I do a search, is it in instrument? Is that it there? No. That's not it. Oh, that's where you can create an empty kit. Okay. So if we delete that, what if I do a search for metal kit? there it is. Look at that. So let's delete this. Let's add another metal kit in here. Metal kit. Is that it? I think it is. There you go. So it took a second to remember how to save it, but really simple to import your own samples for sure. And again, just once you've swiped up from the bottom too and done this, once you've actually dragged it in, now you can just go over here and just bring in this little window whenever you want and bring in whatever samples you want to import. Yeah. Super, super cool. Sorry, guys. Let me just have a drink because my throat is scratchy as all hell. The one thing I'm really pissed off at, let me tell you, I've searched everywhere to try and do it. We can I think we can kill all this stuff in here. Let's delete these. Is what I wanted to do was be able to bring in like drums. So if we search for drums and then acoustic drums. So these are all the drums that you get in GarageBand, right? And I use this Sunset kit heaps. What I wanted to do was bring in the Sunset kit and be able to tap on it and have it all spread out. Because here's all the pieces. But I can't find a way to do it. I can't find a way to import the Sunset kit and then make it all stretched out. Like, be able to, if I create a stack, that's not going to work because there's no... If I create a folder stack, look, it does that. But it just has one track in there. Right. I can do it with lots of electronic drums, but for these acoustic drums, it just won't let me do it. I don't know why that is. Unless I'm missing something. I've read as much of the instructions as I can. So if we unstack that. Because, you know, if you've watched me for any amount of time, I'll record drums in here, play drums on my kit, and then I'll separate the drums. I mean, it's still possible to do, right? So if we go in here, but it's just time consuming. I really thought Logic would just give you an easy way to do it, but it doesn't look like it. Let's go into quantize. We'll turn on this quantization and we'll go to smart quantize. Okay. And we'll record these drums, record some drums in. Right, just like that. But I'm still, what I was getting at is I'm still going to have to do the same thing. So I would have to duplicate and then go in here, edit, and then do the same thing as what we've done before. Like grab the kicks and, you know, cut them and then go back, you know, go to the next track here. Paste them in, right? So now we've done that. We've got 2 tracks. And then I can select both of them, Or even if we do this track now, and so let's record this in. Right. So now we can stack them. So you can do all the parts in separate, and all you need to do is go over here. Oops, this one, sorry. Select all three, deselect, hold down this one, and now we've put them into a stack. Is that right? Did I do it right? No, I didn't. There we go. So now they're in a stack. But I just thought you'd be able to like do it with the acoustic drums, just bang, easy. But it's not the case from what I can find so far. So you can control them all at once or split them apart. That's a shame. But as I said, you can do it with other kits. Let me prove that. Let's go over here. And we'll create a new track. And we'll do Drum Designer. Right, so that's ready to go. It's looking for an empty kit. If we just grab this top one, Absolute Zero, watch. Drag it in. And this one works. Why don't the acoustic kits do it? I don't get it. It's ridiculous. Like, is it just bias? Like, they just hate acoustic kit players? Is that what it is? I don't know. Because even when I search for the acoustic kits in here, they're not in here. Or are they? Sunset. I can't see Sunset kit in here. It's not. Drum fills. See, these are all individual stabs and stuff. But when you go up the top to full kits, all these ones, I think these are, yeah. So if I try and drag SoCal, will that work? Nah, see? SoCal doesn't work. Or Roots doesn't work. But all the other ones work. I don't think it's a bug. I just think Apple don't give a fuck about people who play acoustic kits. It's all about electronic wank. And trust me, I fucking hate electronic drums. I just have no need for them. So there's that. But you can at least build your own. So that's a good thing. And you can go in here and, hey, Zach. Stretch these out, make sure they're all the same length. So another good thing too, I should cover with the patches, here. You have a wide variety of patches, yeah? And what's really nice is if you want to create an alchemy synth very quickly, you can come over here to instrument plugin. So I just click this bit when you're in your instrument patches. So to show you how to get there again, so you bring up your browser, instrument patches, click this little section here, and you've got all your alchemy stuff. So you can go straight into the sculptor kit, the retro synth. You can go straight into your alchemy and find all your alchemy sounds straight away. It's wicked. Let's get out of this. So I can now quickly drag this in to a track here. And straight away, here's our alchemy synth. Now, we can play stuff in here as well too. So we can, let's just put this back to read. And we've got these, let's get rid of these drums, yeah? Delete these. And we'll just do a, what do we do? We'll just bring in some drum loops. Drums. Full kit, yeah. There we go. Cool. So record this in with this synth. Now with the alchemy, I'm pretty sure we can go in here and do this touch, and we can actually hit play. And see that? And now all that automation is in here. Look at this. How easy is that shit? So we just set it back to read. So it's reading the automation that we drew in here. I'm not sure if we change sounds, does the automation stay? Yes. How's that? What does it? I don't know. Let's go to alchemy. Yeah, look at that. So you can change sounds and it'll keep all the automation going. And what's really wicked, if we bring up this again, shrink this down, you can automate it even with the little thing going. It's wicked. This beatmaker thing is just off tap. Pretty sick stuff. What have we got in audio? I'll show you another thing that I found out with drums. I'm not sure how this works. I'm gonna have to read a little bit more about it. Let's just get out of this project and start something new. So there is another way to create drum kits. So if we go to, let me see, I think it's this one. It's a drum machine editor. I think this is right. And then we look for, is it in here? Drums. Acoustic. Maybe it's not in here. Maybe it is. I can't remember where it is. It's cool. I'm trying to remember. Full kits. Where did I see this? How did I do this? They were full pieces. No. Give me a second. Is it in samples? Drums. Here we go. Yeah. So you got these full kits, right? So this I found out had. This is weird though. So if I do a search here, and we've got a couple of kits in here. This is in samples. See, we've got this vintage kit, and we got this live rock kit. And see how it's playing individual parts? All right. So if I drag this into here, watch what it does. Did it work? It didn't work. Oh, no. I've done it wrong. Undo. All right. So what you do is you drag the live rock kit in here. Oh, no, it didn't work. No. Why can't I get it to work? Empty kit. No, that's not right. Man, I can't work out how to do this now. All right. We'll try this. There's so much to learn. So much to learn. Is it patches? It's probably not. Kicks, full kits. I really thought it was this. That's it, yeah. See this? Right. So what do we do there? I dragged this kit in and created a drum designer, right? So what it's done is it's put this huge track in here. So if we go and play this, It's just got all these pieces in here. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right or not. But what it has done has created this. Right? So, and now if I delete this track out of here, now we should have a kit. So I can actually play in here, set the thing. So we've actually got a kit built in here, but it's a classic rock kit. Again, I can't find the kit that I want. So you've got the vintage kit, but I don't know if I'm doing this right. But then when you split this all out, you've got all these drum tracks in here. So when I play this back, it's probably just easy to build your own, yeah, at the end of the day, from your own pieces. And the other thing too was I was trying to find the individual pieces to like the SoCal kit, and I couldn't find them either, I guess. And I tried searching. Maybe we'll try. We've got about 10 minutes before I get out of here. Those of you who are still here, there's only 8 of you. Thanks for hanging around. As I said, this is just, instead of me sitting in bed doing it late at night because I got tomorrow off, I can just hang out here and do this. So if we go to instrument patches and then go over here, can we find individual drum parts? So we've got instruments, descriptors, non-tonal, performance, effects, sound packs, electronic drummers. What's in here? Do we have like rock drummers or anything? Vintage synths, studio essentials, because it's like the drum pack, isn't it? R&B drummers. All right, so it's just going to give us that, yeah. What about individual samples kind of thing? Good. Genres, specific instrument specifics, full kits. Again, no, there's SoCal, but kit pieces. It's a mystery. See, if I even just type a SoCal, I don't know what the individual kits are called, so, and we're not coming up with anything. But it's a mystery. I feel like I need to work out this drum kit fiasco because it's pissing me off. So another thing you may have missed. God damn, my voice. It's going to be gone by tomorrow, I'll bet. So another thing you may have missed in another show, if you don't know about this, if you click up here, you can customize all these settings up the top here. So you can turn off rewind, capture recording, cycle. You can turn all these things off at your leisure. And then you've got display, so you can turn on beats and time signature, MIDI, CPU and memory, which will show up here. And then you've got modes, which will give you a quick link to Ableton Link up the top. Your click track, your count in, low latency monitoring, Ableton Link, so you can get rid of all these. A quick replace button if you want to replace something. I'm gathering that if that would be a patch, perhaps. you can do that. Let's see if that works. So if I bring in a sample, what do we got? Let's just choose a random sample from here. Okay, got no sound. Nice. And let's just look at that. Isn't that cool? No sound anymore. See if the sound comes back. Have I muted something? Fuck me. Really? Okay, so there's no sound there. Well, let's try again. Instruments, we'll do a, let's just do one of these synthesizers. Okay, it looks like I have no sound. What have I done? Why have I got no sound anymore? It's saying there's sound, but there's no sound. Is this going to be the end of the show? I think so. Do I even have a count? No, there's nothing. There's no sound. I've lost all complete sound. Nice. Nice. It says there's sound coming out. Bizarre. All right, well, that looks like, oh, there we go. That's why. Fuck, my fault. My fault. What was I going to do now? You know what? I think we've exhausted the time here. So if you're still here, thanks for hanging out. I'm sure there was something I wanted to do there, but can't remember. That's what I wanted to do. See if you could change out a patch. So see how we have this patch down here? Let's see what happens when we click this. Nothing. I thought that would like change something out, but it doesn't. I thought it might change this kind of thing out. No. All good. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out. It's my day off tomorrow, or in 5 minutes it's tomorrow for me, so I won't be doing any live streaming, but I can tell you while we're here, before I let you all go, we got some cool stuff coming up tomorrow. So in about, what have we got? 5 or just under 6 hours time. I have a opening hour, best of opening hour tomorrow, with doing this cover from the opening hour from last week by Anoni. And then we are doing the opening hour. Yes, it is Random Jukebox number 4 happening. Yes, so that's happening. And then Patreon, of course, for Patreons with some giveaways and stuff. And then we're kicking off the week with a look at Chord Jam, which has had a massive update, some new free expansions. And then we're taking a look at this thing. This thing is sick. This thing is really cool. I'm glad, Kim. Hopefully you got something out of this and you're not more confused than ever. Look, there really is a lot going on with this thing. It's so much more than meets the eye. There's a lot under the hood. And it's going to take a long time to sit through it and work it all out because there's plenty there. Let's just do a quick update before we go. Is Final Cut Pro lurking? No, it's just lurking. It's not working. Look at that. It's still fucked. Good job, Apple. Very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing there that my Final Cut Pro and Tom and Pete's doesn't work either. There's a whole heap of people's it's not working for. So it sucks. Let's go out with a little bit of Beat Scholar, which we're going to look at this week because this thing's wicked. Let's go. Let's play some beats. And I will see you either at my premiere tomorrow or at the opening hour or Patreon. And I'll just run through some quick presets of this as we go out. Put myself on mute so I don't have to talk anymore.
We'll all rise together, 'cause you make me shine better.